Okay, so I think we can get started. So good morning once again, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to join this Optimus webinar on grocery industry e-commerce solutions. Today, you have two presenters, myself, Dr. Vishal Ramnarayan from Optimus, and you'll also have Mr. Emilio Morales from Gopanza, the founder and CEO of Gopanza. So I guess we can get started. So we are going to discuss the grocery industry and e-commerce solutions. So let's move on to the first slide. Let me get this going here. Right. All right. So our goal basically is to transform your business to thrive in a new digital economy. And we do this with the 3Ps. And I'm certain that you would have heard of the 3Ps for many, many, many years now, especially if you're within business and the industry and moving around. It's nothing new. Again, my name is Dr. Vishal Ramnar, and I'm the VP for Operations, Sales, and Marketing. So as part of Optimus, we normally have our workshops, and they can be found on optimus.guru/training. So if you click on that link, or if you use that link, this is where we would go into our training tab on our website. And you'd see that we have all of the training here listed for February 2022. You can click forward and then you'd see March 2022. We still have to update those, right? But this is the entire listing for February 2022 and all of the dates and each of the topics. Now to register, you simply click on one, right? And there you go. You see who is presenting. You go into it, and then you see everything that is involved, and you just have to email if you have any questions and register. All right. So now that we have this, let me get this out of the way. Excellent. All right. So who is Optimus? In that one line, we are your trusted advisor. We would basically facilitate you on your technological and digital transformation journey. Look at all of your processes, look at everything that needs to be, revamped, in other words, or restructured, and work towards that. We have various verticals in food and beverage, retail, hospitality, utilities, airports, and restaurants. So far, we have some huge accomplishments you guys have been seeing there. We're Gold ERP, we're Black Belt in Power BI, and coming or stemming from those, we have various alliances with Microsoft, with LS Retail. We are actually one of LS Retail's, or the only LS Retail partner that has completed like the most trainings with LS Retail and certifications with LS Retail. And we also have partnerships with Jet. So stemming from that also, and with our current environment in terms of COVID and moving into a more global outlook, we've developed our work from home solutions and our no-touch solutions, where it's focused on ERP, on CRM, on the classic side of Microsoft, and varying other ISVs, which help us to build that one touch solution for you, which manages and focuses on everything that you need and that we can offer. All right. Okay, so I know this one, I think about it. We have like 7.8 billion people in the world right now. And out of the world populations, as you can see, Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp have more followers, more people involved, more people subscribe than China. China is 5th in the world, right? So just think about it. Think about, what you're doing right now. You need to wake up. You need to understand that it's no longer a geographical location of a 1 mile radius where you just target or you focus on, A or B customer. It's a global market right now. You know, look at Airbnb. They have no properties. Look at Facebook. The owner of Facebook creates no content. Everybody else creates content. Look at Uber. Uber owns no vehicles, right? The rate of change. Look at the rate of change. 75 years ago, the telephone, right, to reach 50 million users. Right now, Angry Birds took 35 days. 50 million users. We all know how quickly videos, how data, how, you know, anything at all travels, how quickly it travels. You can send a text quickly. Before you used to go to the library. Now on your phone, everything is on your tablet. You pull up everything. I don't know how many of you remember the encyclopedias, you know, 26 large or 27 large books. Now you have it in the space of your hand, right? Now everybody's streaming their shows everywhere. So think about the different changes. Look at this one specifically. Your first pet was an actual real life living pet. Now many people go towards the robot or robotic pet. Look at your various paychecks. You used to have an actual check or cash. Now it's Bitcoin. Our CEO actually made his first deposit to Bitcoin, and it was quicker than actually checking his balance. That's how quick it is, right? Before, even 15 years ago, you used to have a huge desktop in front of you. And 15 years before that, you used to have a huge server to manage all of your work being a simple word processing document. Now you have your phone. Your phone actually works as 74. The last time we looked at it, it was 74 devices. It replaces 74 devices. 80% of our mobile consumption is video. And that's the world population. 2 out of 3 people get their news from social media. Hashtag fake, right? College students, they have never licked a post. They don't even know what a postage stamp is or looks like, right? And because of this, we have the shrinking attention span. Our population's attention span is now lower than a goldfish by 1 second. You know, goldfish is like squirrel, right? That's the typical word, squirrel. They look here, they look there, they go all over the place, whatever catches their attention, right? And that's just how it goes. That's just how it is now because of the technology, the digitalization, the transformation that's happening around all of us. And we all need to wake up. We all need to wake up and get on that. What are you doing? And this is what you need to consider here. What are you doing when it comes to your business? What are you doing in terms of transforming your business, giving your business the chance, giving yourself the chance to operate on a wider market, to put your products outside there more? And this is what Optimus can facilitate. This is what we facilitate, right? Knowledge is no longer confined to 1 person, 2 persons, right? Knowledge is open, it's free, it's out there. You just need to grasp it. And the same goes with getting your business out there. It can no longer be defined, right? Think about it. You have the Tesla. You can run everything from the screen in your Tesla vehicle, right? You can order groceries via refrigerator now. So you have those high-tech refrigerators where there's a screen, and what the refrigerator does, it scans the groceries that you have internally, and it checks to see what's missing, what's low. It looks at your past supermarket shopping, and then it places an order. So technology has advanced so much, it has done so much, and you know, we need to wake up and we need to understand what we can offer to our customers. And when I say our customers, I mean your customers. You need to understand what you can offer to your customers, the variant platforms you can offer that on. And this is where Yamile comes in, right? He has years and years of experience. He was actually worked in companies like Oracle, Microsoft, you know, where he looked at technology, he evangelized technology, the digital transformation, and he thoroughly understands where we need to go and what we need to get there, right? And as such, Yamile founded Gopanza and Grossify. So, and he will show you how this platform can facilitate, how it can help you. And together with Optimus, we can help you to digitally transform your entire company. So thank you for your time and listening to me. But I think Yamile is going to add so much to this. So Yamile, let me hand over to you. Hi, Yamile, you hear me? Let me stop sharing.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you now.
Michelle, thank you very much for that intro. We'll switch over so I can project.
Yep, there you go. You have it now.
Give me just a second. Should be here. All right. Let me know whenever you're seeing my my PowerPoint.
Yes, we can see the presentation.
All right. First of all, Michelle, very interesting what you're talking about this digital transformation and how we can help our customers. And thank you very much for the introduction. As Michelle was saying, first of all, my name is Jamin Morales. I work for Gopanza, partner with Optimus. What we'll be talking about is pretty much what we've been doing for the past 6 years, which is serving grocers and helping them transform through our platform. Our platform is Grossify. That's what we name our technology, what our customers are using today. And we'll be focusing for this session on the what is it exactly that we do for our customers, and why we do it, and why our customers are in current need and have been needing for this for the remainder of the time, even before the pandemic, to transform into this new era. In terms of time, Michelle, how much time do we have for this discussion?
I believe it's supposed to be an hour. So you have at least, I would say, give or take 35 minutes, and then we can have the Q&A.
Excellent. So we'll leave some time for the Q&A. If you do have questions, we'll gladly answer them at the end of the session. If not, we can have a breakout session on a one-on-one or group. So the message we're trying to get across, and the focus of the conversation is, who is grocery commerce for, and how does that apply to any grocer who's actually looking to transform or already started it or did some of this way back then and is considering now jumping on this new era, which has literally accelerated in the past few months, past few years, due to the pandemic and other things that we will be mentioning. We at Gopanza focused 100% on grocery e-commerce. E-commerce in groceries is probably one of the most complex areas in the spectrum of e-commerce. And for that reason, it's where we are seeing new developments even just now with this pandemic, because this sort of forced every other grocer to consider it finally, and even the consumers, based on what was happening. I usually like to grab some information on what's relevant in the time being. So I went out and read a little bit more on how this movement of people buying online or shopping for groceries online is affecting both the grocers and the economy. And as you can see from what I'm projecting, two things stands out. One, a lot of people are finally saying they're shopping for groceries online. Most of the reason might be that they couldn't get out of their for the past 3 years. It's been complex to get out of their homes. You know, they finally had to do it. They didn't feel safe going into a grocery store. That's not 100% of the people, but most people probably tried it for the first time for that. And a lot of people are sticking to those services. And for those services, we can see that on average, people are both using what is known as curbside pickup, which is the modality of ordering online and going to the store and picking up your groceries, maybe inside the store, maybe outside. It all depends on the format. And the online delivery, which has been known and has been common for most of the countries during the past years, but focused on food delivery, on prepared food delivery. And now it's jumping much more to the grocery side. And another interesting fact is to understand is, where are people shopping, right? What are they shopping for? The mobile? Are they shopping from other devices? And what we're seeing a lot of tendencies of independently on what generation is shopping, they're shopping from a PC, meaning that they're shopping online on the web browser. And this probably is heavily tilted toward web, because people are shopping from home in these past 2 years, and that's what we've seen to our customers. But mobile is still a very relevant channel for people to start shopping on, even more when you go to the youngsters. So something we like to discuss is what are the different models out there. So it's online groceries is not just one model. There are many models you can start with, you can move to. So as a grocer, one of the first decisions when you're trying to when customers come to us and say, hey, what kind of service should I put out? What is the best, based on timing, based on what we're living today, what's the first step I should do? And I like to discuss on one breath from left to right, what are the different models that we work with our customers, and also some other examples of probably chains you already know, or maybe not, some new chains that are going out there, and discuss what are the benefits, right? So the more traditional, the most known, and probably the first option that many grocers look at is picking from their own store, right? So there's not a lot of investment and infrastructure. You're just setting up an extra service, maybe a few extra service. Maybe you're thinking on pickup only or delivery for your customers, right? And you're picking from the store. Although it's the least investment model, there's a lot of challenges that arise when you start growing as a business, when you're picking from store. And the general reason is because when you pick from store, your employees are doing orders for customers that are not inside the store, but they're competing with customers that are going to the shelves and picking those products, right? So it's a fairly simple first step, but as orders grow, imagine we have customers that have created shift during the night, because they have probably about 20 or 30 employees walking around the aisles picking orders or picking products for external customers, right? And you're competing for space. It all depends on the size of your store, on the square footage. But that's really the first option and the least investment one when you're looking at a platform that supports it. Now, many grocers moved fairly quickly to picking from dark stores. Dark store is the model where you have your shelves, you're probably organizing your store in a different way. So the picking order based on online orders is more suitable for that. So you order your meats, your produce, right? Your groceries in an order where picking is more logic. But dark meaning that there's no employees, no customers in the store. So a dark store implementation might be having a overnight team picking from inside the store when customers are not there. Other grocers have moved to actually creating a store that is only serving online or closing the doors to serve only online orders, right? The other model that we're seeing even in our customers is that they're picking from warehouses, right? So some of them figure out, why would I do merchandising when I'm doing my own picking from my inventory? That's where they start considering moving to the warehouse model, where instead of moving products from side to side, they pick directly from there. Some of them even have split their warehouse and done a small operation for online inside the warehouse with different storage locations and in a different facet to serve online. And some of our customers that have lately jumped into the online business have started here. So it's interesting how some of them say, hey, I want to go directly to the one that saves me a bit of investment, right? But actually gives me a more speed when I'm trying to look for orders and more flexibility. So we have customers that have a hybrid models. So we have customers that started in one model and already have some of the deliveries from different models, from warehouse and picking from the store, right? But we need to talk about other models that you probably have heard. And Instacart is a company that probably you've heard of. Instacart is a US-based company that actually goes in and does the picking and packing for the customer, right? So it's an agreement. Costco and Publix are two examples of them. They have external employees from another company coming in. This is also, so many companies piloted their online groceries with this model, with fear of not investing in something that they didn't know would eventually grow. It has some benefits because you have a third party that goes in, does everything for you. You just have to, make sure you have a great agreement on having them come in and know where the stock is and probably make an easy way for them to get in and get out without bothering the rest of your customers. But you learn that there's there might be downsides, because when this business grows, it's a third party that has the information about your customers. It's the third party that builds a relationship with brands who eventually want to invest in the online business, right? But we have to strongly consider any model, right? Because the name of the game is how we get in there, how we start selling online, and how we understand this business. And far to the right are other companies who have jumped in and grown and are even investing in technology to accelerate what the fulfillment is inside stores. So we have Kroger. You might have heard of Kroger, the investor in robots. These robots usually what they do is they accelerate the picking or the sorting of the online orders. Other technologies just help you sort out products that are already on a bin-oriented storage. So they do the picking and packing, and employees do the dispatching. So there's many different technologies that have gone out there, and people are piloting when they get to that level where they have a lot of orders in their certain facility. And this we've seen our customers consider this technology and even some implement it. The reality is that whenever you're looking at automation, it's super interesting, but there has to be a level of influx of orders, a steady order amount for you to invest in this and even move to a central station, or consider micro fulfillment, which is taking part of your store and implementing automation in some corner of the store, or maybe a location right beside the store, as you'll see in some of the customers we have. So there's many different models. Not all online grocery shopping is the same, meaning you might have different efficiency as a grocer. You might have different offers as a grocer. So it's important to understand that your scenario, your current surroundings, and the current adoption of technology in grocery is what determines which is the first logical step that you should do, and that could work as a first step. But many grocers actually move to the right as they grow their online business and see the benefits. So when our customers are making the decision, there's a lot of things that they might be worried or might be focused on. And first of all, it's margins. Can I sell at a different price? Should I sell at the same in-store price? That's a very interesting conversations. There's no right answer. It all depends on what your strategy is to make sure that you have fast customer adoption. It all depends on what is your current competition. If you're the first one in your area, if you're the fifth or the last one joining in, what is going to be your strategy, right? But you can't just focus on margins. You want to make sure that your customer acquisition and user experience is on top. You want to make sure that first experience for that either existing customer or new customer is great, right? You have to focus on the quality of service. You want that customer that tried your service to have such an awesome experience that he wants to buy a second and third time, right? Even during the pandemic, something that's really a focus of our customers is staff retention. So now you don't only have to focus on your customers, you have to focus on that your staff have the right tools, that they're not actually working overtime to make sure that those orders are they're on top of those orders. And something that we've seen is the out of stock conversation, which during the pandemic was a little bit cumbersome. There's a lot of people, a lot of products that are not necessarily even in store at the replenishment levels that we need. But you'll learn from our conversation that this is important. But in grocery delivery, there's type of services that can help you plan that out and even improve it to levels better than the in-store. And the reason for out of stocks, potentially being at a lower levels than in-store is because you can have planned services. And this is a very interesting conversation on whether you're already doing it or considering going on and serving online customers. Same day delivery is very different from future delivery, meaning tomorrow and future days. So on our platform, you can actually set if you want to serve customers that want to pick up their order today, right? Or you want to offer 7 days forward, meaning you have your slots, you have your timings, you have your limits, and you can offer that. When you're offering future services or planned services, you have more time to work on let's put it this way. When the day starts, you have a fair understanding of what you need to fulfill during the day. So our customers have developed different strategies with their suppliers to make sure that overnight they have the products that were ordered. They even share that information to make sure that they reach higher or lower levels of out of stock in their orders. So it's super interesting. We've had customers that come up to us and say, "Hey, I'm afraid to do the first step because this might be an issue." But it turns out they have a better control and with more information on what our customer is ordering, and that lead time they actually do it better and do a better planning of this. So whenever our customers approach us, we show them some sort of this slide, right? Our platform has been simplified in a way that helps our customers do a three-step onboarding. But we show them this top of mind of what they need to understand or what they need to take decisions as for. So the first area is, connecting. What products do you want to sell is the main question. And there's a lot of things you need to understand and decisions you have to make. How am I going to get the product images? How am I going to get, should I set out the same price? What are the products? If I have 30,000 SKUs already in my in-store, should I go for the 80-20? Should I choose the winners? What are the products that are going to make it? And today we've worked with more than 40 different groceries that have gone through the same process, and we've already understood what are the products that are going to be the winners whenever you go there, because there's a fair amount of work initially on making your catalog be ready for online. And the best example of this is you have to know the product have to have a clear name, a clear brand, a clear description of what the customer is looking for. And it obviously helps out having the images or the pictures of the products. So that's the first step. We work hand in hand with our customers to make it easier, to make it faster, to have them on board as soon as possible. And that leads them to actually setting up their store, right? And that's where the question is, hey, should I start with pickup or delivery? What kind of business models should I charge for that service? How much should I charge? If we want to offer delivery, how far away do we want to go? Who is going to be my delivery partner? Should I have self-delivery or go through a third party? What should that negotiation go to? So outward looking, it's interesting how you set up your store or configure your store. Our platform offers different flexibility of turning off and on, and not only turning off and on services, but through the maturity of your store, you can actually pivot away from services that are not necessarily relying or focus on those that are delivering, right? And we've had a lot of that in our customers during the years after migrate and open new stores with fairly specific services that they know that will work for their area. And in fulfillment, there's a lot of decision making on what is going to be the team behind fulfillment, right? Our customers start understanding that they need to have specific employees that with a customer service level, which is very high, that they are able to make conversation with the customers to provide substitutes. How is packing optimized to make sure that they can do more than one order at the same time? So those are decisions that are definitely backed up by technology, but definitely very, very important for any size grocer to have. This is a thought of mine of going into this business, or even being on the business and growing your online sales, right? So when you launch a new channel, as pickup and delivery can be, so the real area where you want to go is how you grow this business. When we have customers that are generally reaching higher margins with online based on their strategy. And the reason behind this is because they're doing excellent marketing, they're charging on those services, and the customers are willing to charge to have that experience. They're focusing on selling the right products. They've partnered with brands that can make investments and push specific products or specific offers, such as rebates over specific products. So they've emulated what Amazon is for the rest of the retail business, and done their small version of it. And customers are discovering more of their products, are repeat buying on their platform. And that's where our customers, or where we like to take our customers, right? That's a conversation we have. You want to have how many customers we attain, how many new customers we attain, and how happy are they with our service now that they don't need to come to our stores. I'd like to mention three of our examples of our customers. Econo was our first customer. It's a fairly big chain in Puerto Rico. It's a #1 chain, and it has 63 physical stores. It's a franchise. So interestingly, there's a different owner to every other store, meaning that there's different prices. There's a different, they share a catalog, but what they sell, but the rules are different for every store. So our platform initially catered to a very heterogeneous scenario where we have different size stores selling different products in different areas, right? So they have implemented many models. I'll be double clicking on some of the examples, and their stores range from 8,000 square feet to 6,000 square feet. So in that customer, we've piloted every model that we've seen in the prior slides, right? But we have other customers like La Hacienda, which is a fairly small, specialized food retailer, and they have 6 stores. They're serving pickup from every physical store, right? But they have a warehouse for delivery. And just recently, they opened up their delivery to more than 100 miles range, meaning that they've partnered with a third party and they're delivering their food to customers they probably never would have gone to their stores, right? So that's part of them strategizing and say how we don't want to grow in physical stores. We want to take our food elsewhere. We want our customers to taste our food, and that's how they empowered with our technology their warehouse specifically for delivery. And we have other customers with in this case Plaza Loiza single owners. They have 9 stores and they have a bunch of third-party delivery partners. And their stores are also ranging 12,000 to 40,000. So the message behind this, and I'll show a little bit of the different models in Econo, is it doesn't matter what size of grocery you are or how many stores you want to start with. The important part is doing that first step and growing your strategy and seeing how your customers accept your services. Now it's super key that any and how our grocers, our customers do is any step you do, be consistent, make sure that the service level is always at the very best. And that will definitely make our customers or your customers want to buy more on these new channels. Something I won't do today is delve into our technology, because it might become a very boring conversation, but as a one breath, we have a single platform that covers everything we've mentioned for the moment. This helps our customers not have a merge of technologies. Most of our customers don't have an IT department, right? So it's fairly challenging for them to have a digital strategy that's where we come in and provide assessment and our partners, right, with our experience and help them adopt the technology in a step-by-step way. We help you through product categorization, how they sort out the technology to manage the orders, the picking, packing, dispatch, how they set up different payment methods for the customers, how they set up storage, right, for when their customers are expecting the order, and even manage with roles and privilege the different security you want within your staff. So the different managers that work with different areas of your produce, of your products, different levels of approvals, whenever you want to provide a credit, whenever you want to do a different charge. So it's a one-stop shop to set up your store. Usually our customers take no more than 2 months to set up their new store. I've seen customers do it in 3 to 4 weeks. But the good part is that everything is in the same place, and I'll give some examples of how Econo actually deployed those. So way back in 2017, we deployed our first store with a micro fulfillment center. This was Econo in Humacao, 2,000 square feet. What you're looking at here is an area right beside the store. They destined to the orders. This is where the picking and packing occurs. So it doesn't happen inside the store. They still do picking right inside the store, but they do their packing and storage in a separate area. And this is where the customers' groceries are waiting, right? You're seeing at the dry area, but they have a set of coolers, a set of freezers, and different temperatures. So whenever the customer comes in, the system already knows where are their groceries separated and stored. So it's just a walkway out, which you'll see now, to the customer's vehicle. This is the outside of that store. They did 7, there's 7 spaces for cars to come in. We implemented something very interesting, which is they didn't want their customers to actually have to go into the store. So with using QR code technology, the customer gets to scan with the mobile app, and the store is notified. So this was necessary for this customer because we implemented this pretty much after Hurricane and Maria in Puerto Rico. A lot of people were having issues, having issues going and doing their groceries. So this gave them a way of doing it very easily, not having to go into the store. And during the pandemic, it was a perfect solution because the no contact or the contactless experience was already there when their customers wanted it. Another example is Econo La Mina. Econo La Mina is one of those customers that went directly to the warehouse model. They even brought some lanes from a traditional store to do the actual packing. This is a few days before they went online. They have an 8,000 square feet facility only for the warehouse, and this is actually under the store. So this is a store that went directly to a futuristic model. They did that in 2020, so they learned from other stores about the business and chose to a right decision of not growing inside the store, which is a different model. And this is an interesting approach. Some of your stores might not be the owners of the parking lot, right? You're in a private commercial space. And this was a QR code technology, but implemented in a solar powered pickup station. So they took a very limited space to serve those customers in the curbside pickup model, and this is the technology that they implemented. It's pretty interesting how they came up with a way of serving customers, even though they didn't own the space outside the store. Econo Altamira is by far the biggest retailer we've worked with. They are one of the ones that started small and grew. They started at 750 square feet, which you see on the left. Today, they're serving their customers through a 4,000 square feet facility. And it shows, it serves to show how this business grows and how you as a grocer might start small and grow with the amount of customers that are going online. This decision of growing this was directly related with the amount of customers they were receiving and the amount of orders which they no longer could serve in their small facility. And this is I'm showing here their self-delivery model. After a few months, this customer chose to do their own delivery. We gave them the technology to do it. So we gave them the Uber app, if you might call it, right, for them to do their own fulfillment. And this is an option in our platform. Most of our customers go through third-party delivery with arrangement with external companies. Econo decided that they would buy their own vans and do it to control to have control over the entire experience of the customer, from the moment they're clicking and adding to the cart to the moment where they're receiving their groceries at home, right? And there's a fair amount of effort on that initial step and how you set up and get your customers to buy for the first time, but there's also a lot of effort on how you keep them interested. And there's things that you might already have used in platforms such as Amazon, where you have your buy again list, where you have the things you ordered, we have recent purchases. Our platform does this for our customers, meaning that they don't have to program this. They can set up dynamic departments, meaning that they could set up a Christmas category very fast and have their customers focus on specific products. Some of our customers have launched loyalty programs, so they accumulate points and they can redeem them, right, for different benefits in the platform. So our platform caters to make sure that your customers have a excuse to buy a second, a third time on our platform. Some of the examples of this is the buy again, which I mentioned. 80% of our customers are consumers, right? Purchase repeat products, meaning that they're not discovering a lot in the platform. And it's difficult when you have an online you don't have the lanes, right? So we make an effort on grouping specific products, those that are recently added or those that are highlighted, right? That you want them to discover, to make sure that they try them, or they know that you sell more products and there are different brands coming in. So that's what we call dynamic departments. It's most of our customers use them to make sure that customers are discovering products. And something that is very interesting, and throughout our experience with all our customers, consumers want different ways of payment. One of the biggest learnings we have is that EBT takes up most of the purchases online. Some of our customers thought that EBT wouldn't be important at some point. Now we have stores that sell probably 40 to 50% of their sales through EBT. If that's something that you have in your country, it's something that we also do and support. Basically, we've built out a platform for payments that accepts many of the common, like PayPal or Stripe with credit cards. But we have gone on to helping support local or P2P payment methods. So the message behind this is, aside from personalizing the experience, we have to make sure that customers are buying with what they want to buy. We still don't have a customer that has asked for Bitcoins or something like that, but I'm pretty sure that with all that's happening in the next years, we'll have to look at it as an option. But our efforts go to making sure that you have a flexible platform that you can cater to your customers, and this is one of those examples. One of the strongest messages that we can give our customers, and the reality behind this, is that when you set up your store, if you move fast to that third column where you're looking to grow, there are a lot of opportunities to make money from your platform, right? And this is something that we provide to our customers. So there's different assets that brands are interested in investing. And what we saw last year specifically, or 2020, ended in 2021, is that brands and suppliers have money to invest in these new channels, right? And they're underutilized. So many of the suppliers are coming and say, hey, I have some investment I can make in your online store if you have one. And this is literally a revenue generating opportunity for our customers, right? You can sell spaces, you can sell different, promotional assets in your store. So whenever you decide as a grocer that you want external income and grow specific brands in partnership with your brands, this is an excellent opportunity for our customers, which we provide as a platform already integrated to our e-commerce platform. And this is some of the examples of our customers selling info cards. This is an image that might have the link to the brand's landing page or to a specific promotion. There you can see how much our customers on average are charging for that. You have the famous rebates. You could get, cents off directly to the customer. That's also something we work. Banner ads, which are more traditional, but yeah, brands love them and keep using them. And things like sponsored products. Whenever you want or a brand wants a set of products to be top when they're in a search or in a specific category, that's something that you can configure fairly easy in our platform and offer that as a service. So I wanted to mention this because this is where most of our customers or our grocers actually start making money, right, from their platforms whenever they're transactioning a fair amount of volume and orders. So I want to mention some key takeaways from what we've been sharing. There's actually no perfect model, right? There's just one that works for your current scenario. We're more than open to have a one-on-one conversation if you're either doing it already, if you've had fear to start, if you started and it's not working, whatever scenario, or if you really want to improve and you're having some challenges, we're willing to have that conversation. Another key takeaway, one of the learnings, is that same day services, same day pickup, same day delivery are way more complicated and expensive. We recommend that most of our customers start with next day delivery and next day pickup. That causes much less strain on learning on that learning curve for your consumers, and gives you an opportunity to improve your customer service. Storage and space in your store is something that you must account for, be it small at the beginning, but there has to be a growth strategy, because as you grow volumes, you'll need to store more orders, and that takes up space, right? Automation is viable. Our customers have dabbled with it, but only those customers that have a steady amount of orders, which is optimizable with technology or with robots, it's where we recommend it. I mentioned it, but it's super important. EBT customers are super adept with the technology. They love shopping online. Most of our customers thought it wouldn't be an option, but it is. And with all that help that has come in the past years, now with the pandemic, they've seen their businesses grow exponentially on this, and it's something to consider. And again, not starting at all is the worst, because it probably is already a cliche, but online grocery is here to stay. Some people think that when the pandemic is over, people will go back to the store. That might happen, but there's a fair amount of people, and we've seen it on our platform, that has stuck to buying online. I think it's the future. The numbers, if you do a search online and see the estimates of the numbers, it's going to be a $20 billion industry worldwide in less than 5 years. So the business is transforming. It's important that you, as a grocer, it doesn't matter what size, have a part of it or start doing it. Start partnering with the right people, with the right technology to make sure that you don't lose any money and you grow fast. And something very important is that grocery e-commerce has a new set of rules, right? So many of our grocers are in store are traditionally competing over prices, right? But many of our customers, when we do polls or we ask them, they're focused on receiving the best service. And this gives a great opportunity to increase your margins, right? Without having to sacrifice a lot of investment. So it's whenever you think about your strategy, it has to be a firm step forward to make sure that you're planning correctly to serve your customers, because once they buy one and they like it, they will stick to the service. And some of the stats that come, some of the stats that come from this is 85% of shoppers and our customers or consumers are new consumers. That's super relevant for many. And so what the thing behind this is that you're selling to different customers. You're not necessarily selling to those that go to your store or are your customers. So it's interesting how attaining new customers is part of the results of this strategy. And we're very proud to say that already we've sold more than $100 million through our platforms, through our combined customers. So it's proven technology. We keep improving it every day, and we keep making improvements to make sure that whenever something new comes up, we're on it. That's our job, and that's why our customers are fairly happy with our platform. So at this point, I don't know if Hector wanted to do a demo on one of our customers. I must say, and I must mention, the way we deliver our technology is as a white label platform, meaning that it's not a marketplace. When we deploy our technology, it's the grocer's brand, it's your brand that the consumer buys from. And that's very powerful because you're extending your current in-store brand to your customers. They're buying from you. They're not buying from a third party. Also, we believe in sharing our information. So 100% of the information that goes through there is accessible to act upon it, to analyze it, and to grow your business. So that's something really different from our approach, right? So the relationships that you have today with your customers are only growing and improving. At this point, Vishal, I don't know if we want to go into the demo with Hector or we want to go into the Q&A.
Let's jump into the Q&A.
All right.